We had a 19-year-old university student outperform experts with decades of experience.
His podcast exploded from 500 listens to almost 8,000 listens in a matter of weeks.
People were sharing it,
Talking about it.
commenting on it.
And meanwhile, we knew history experts who were significantly more qualified,
More experienced.
more credible.
Some had decades studying the subject.
So why was this university student winning?
It wasn't even studying history. But he understood something that most experts completely miss that keeps them spinning their wheels for years creating content that's invisible and unprofitable, even though they're actually amazing at what they do.
And what's that?
Well, it's that expertise isn't what makes you memorable. It's the packaging of the expertise that does. And if you're currently relying on referrals for most of your business,
If you've built your expertise,
if you're genuinely good at what you do,
but struggle to generate consistent leads online, there is a good chance the packaging of your expertise is exactly what's missing for you. I'm Anthony,
I'm Tig.
and over the last 3 years, we've generated over $1 million with our coaching business. We help experts and consultants sign dream clients into their business without posting on social media through 15-minute solo podcasts.
Most experts think standing out comes from being more qualified,
Having better credentials,
more experience,
more testimonials.
better stories.
And while all of those things matter, none of them actually make you stand out. The student that we mentioned earlier, his name was Kian. He had a history podcast.
But here's what made it different. The show was called Dickheads of History. Every episode was a short solo podcast, and in each one, he would take a historical figure that society put on a pedestal and then reveal the darker side of their story.
Showing why they were actually dickheads of history. Now, here's what's important. Kian wasn't the most qualified person in his niche,
Far from it.
right? He was a 19-year-old student still in university,
Meanwhile, they're historians with decades more experience creating content.
but Kian had something they didn't. He was memorable.
People who weren't even interested in history wanted to listen. When we told clients about the show, they'd say, honestly, I don't even like history, but I kind of want to hear it anyway.
And that's exactly what good packaging does.
And this completely shattered our understanding of what it takes to grow online because all the other history podcasts look the same.
Weekly interviews,
Long episodes,
traditional boring formats,
traditional names.
traditional packaging.
It was like walking down a street where every restaurant is selling pizza and claiming, we have the best pizza. Us too.
Us too.
Us too.
Boring. Us too.
Us too.
Nobody remembers any of them.
And then one restaurant opens and says,
Guess what?
we're the only white-based pizza restaurant in town.
Now, whether you like white-based pizza or not,
You remember it.
and that's the first lesson. Standing out isn't about being better. It's about being different.
Because strangers can't compare quality, but they can recognize difference. And now before you think, sure, that works for a history podcast, but my expertise is different. Let's do another example.
We work with a client called Laura. Laura helps introverts become better communicators so they can advance in their careers.
She's brilliant. She spent decades mastering communication, executive presence, leadership, charisma, and she's helped countless professionals get promoted and do really well with this.
Again, amazing expertise, but online, no one would have known.
Because her podcast looked exactly like everybody else's. Weekly interviews, leadership discussions.
Expert guests, the same format everyone was using.
And when your content looks the same as everyone else's, people assume it is no matter how good you are.
So we asked a different question. How do we package Laura's expertise differently? And we came up with a new concept. So Laura started creating solo episodes where she would take famous leaders
Celebrities, politicians.
and then break down iconic speeches and moments, then reverse engineer the charisma principles behind them specifically for introverts.
Now, imagine you're the target client or target listener for that piece of content. Which podcast feels more memorable? Podcast 1, leadership, interviews with experts, or podcast 2, reverse engineering the communication secrets of world-class performers so introverts can get promoted? Which one feels more different?
Now, if you're an introvert, I think it's very clear which one feels more memorable.
Or which one sounds like something you've never heard of before?
And look, that is the point. The goal is to make your expertise impossible to ignore because the personal brand containing it feels like something new, something exciting to the market.
And most experts never do this because they're focused on proving they're good or following proven frameworks to a fault to the point where they blend in because they're following it unimaginatively.
Instead of packaging what they know is a way strangers immediately remember. So here's a simple framework. Most experts need 3 things: expertise, packaging, discoverability.
But most people only focus on number one and then wonder why growth is slow, because expertise without packaging is invisible.
And packaging without discoverability never gets seen. And that's why we spend so much time helping experts create short, solo podcasts around unique concepts.
Not because podcasts are magic. I mean, we think they are.
They're pretty magical.
I mean, they give you a vehicle to package your expertise differently to social media and to be discovered by the millions of people browsing on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
But look, that's a story for another day.
The point is, you definitely don't need to become another full-time content creator on social media. You just need to package your expertise so it's objectively different from what's already out there.
Because expertise gets results, but packaging gets you the attention you deserve.
And attention is what attracts clients online to deliver those results to.
So look, if you're an expert or consultant who wants to build an authentic personal brand that actually gets discovered, that does stand out, and you're interested in how a 15-minute solo podcast can help you accomplish that, be sure to subscribe to this channel.